Hey everyone, this is Pay for Life, and I'm excited to have another P4L Reviews first in our first Star Wars review. This being the Star Wars The Force Awakens Remote Control BB-8. This is from Hasbro and is apparently a Target exclusive. And honestly, I didn't even know this figure was coming out. I know I'm not in touch with the Star Wars universe and collectibles that much. I've always loved the series, but never been a collector of the series. And I just had to get this just because, just like everyone else, we all fell in love, I think, with BB-8 once he rolled onto screen on the trailer and into the stage at one of those, press junkets or presentations. And I really was expecting the Sphero one because that had gotten a lot of marketing and, press time featuring the BB-8 version of that is really sold out pretty much everywhere by now. But this one, again, I think this was just one of the surprise reveals. And yeah, we just found that out on Force Friday, and I was able to run out and grab one because I really want to do a comparison of the two as well. So once I get my Sphero one, I'll do a comparison review. But the key differences between those two are this one is much larger. This is probably a pretty good size indicator of how big the remote control one here is, as opposed to the Sphero, which is pretty small, like, the size of an orange, a smallish orange or something like that, tennis ball like size. And this one also features a physical remote as opposed to using your smartphone or smart device to control the Sphero. So very, very key differences there. I'm not sure about the proportions yet because I literally haven't opened him up, but Sphero has a very tiny head in comparison to the on-screen version of BB-8, and I'm hoping that's not the case with this one here. So this one comes in at $79.99. That's what it retailed at, and they were doing like a $10 off 50 or 25 off 100 if you bought something this week for the Force Friday. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the packaging review. And the package sports the black and red deco that Episode 7, The Force Awakens, had really been using for most of the figures and collectibles. On the front, you do get a picture of Kylo Ren, and then BB-8 himself, or itself. I guess itself. You get a picture of the remote, which is kind of two orbs, Orbis, bulbous, Orbis is not even a word, and it's just white and orange, and has the emblem of the Rebel Alliance in the middle. You also get to see that it does come from Hasbro, who are the license holders of Transformers, so we're very familiar with them. Obviously, the Disney logo. You also find out that you need a good set of batteries, so you need 4 AA, which I think probably will go into BB-8 himself, and then 2 AAA, which will probably go into the remote. As far as the packaging goes, coming around to the side, it talks about how it's RC, remote controlled, has some logos here that wrap around, and says that the head stays on top while BB-8 rolls and makes sound. So those are kind of the 3 features here. You just get some more images on this side. A nice big piece of artwork here with a small bio saying BB-8 is the spherical, loyal astromech droid of the Resistance pilot Poe Dameron. So that's really it on that. And the back actually is just a rehashing of the stuff that we just said that was on the side. So I'm not really sure if maybe they didn't have anything else to share. It does say that the body and head contain magnets, and obviously that's how the head stays in place on top. Not all that surprising. But yeah, the top itself doesn't have much aside from the Force Awakens logo and nothing on the bottom. So yeah, that's really it for a packaging review. Looks like a nice sturdy box. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this open and start the review. So out of packaging, you actually get a brutally disassembled BB-8. He comes in 3 different parts, and sorry, this is going to be a little hard to see back here since it's all black, but you actually get the driving mechanism or mechanics that go inside. You get the main body itself, then you get BB-8's head, which you can see the eye, some other gadgets and gadgets, some antennae. And then you also get the remote control that you see up front, again sporting the Rebel Alliance logo. Then you get a set of instructions here that just show off some of the features, and it's a really basic set of instructions. This just goes through how to install the batteries and put together BB-8. Then on this side here, you get some instructions about how to wake him and how to control him, how the remote control works, and then how to put him to sleep. And that's really it for the instructions. He also comes with a smaller set of identical instructions that teach you how to wake him and put him to sleep. So I don't know why they included that when it was already in the instructions. I haven't looked at them closely. Maybe there was a misprint or something like that. But it's pretty simple. So looking at the three separate pieces, again, this is the driving motor. It has magnets in the front, on the top here, that help BB-8's head align. And there is a specific orientation. You can't flip them around. It's supposed to stay like this, but you can see that's how it kind of works. The wheels on the bottom is like bottom heavy, much like the Sphero design, to keep everything low. And then it has wheels to, I guess, run around the inside of the main body. And this main body is really quite nice. It's nice and super round, like so even the slight angle that I have on my table here makes this thing go run away. The way we're gonna install this is pretty basic. It's a twist off top. You just rotate it counterclockwise to open it up, and then you'll install it. So let's just put this off to the side for now. And what you need to install the batteries are just a set of Phillips head screwdrivers, or one screwdriver honestly. Let's go ahead and undo that, and as I postulated before, the AAA seemed to be going here, like so. Then you'll just go ahead and install that. And the way the remote works is on the left you have an up to go forward, down to go back, and then left to rotate left and right to rotate right. And you use it in conjunction, very RC like regular stuff. So if you want to go forward and turn left, you'd go forward and then press left. And you know, the opposite, up and right, down and left, down and right. So very basic controls. You can see it has a little IR, infrared. Then to install the batteries here, you just gotta come to the bottom. Again, just a single Phillips heads. Just unscrew that. Pull this off, nicely weighted down here. It does have an instruction. It just says, to avoid battery leakage, be sure to insert the batteries correctly. Okay. Do not mix old and new batteries, or standard and alkaline, or rechargeable batteries. Always remove weak dead batteries from product. All right. But yeah, this is really heavy. This is where a lot of the weight is coming from. And so you need 4 AA batteries, and I did not say that. There's 4. There's 3 on the bottom, and then there's 1 on top here, or not on top, on the back, I guess, or the front, depending on your orientation. So let's get those in. Install this one. Yeah, this is surprisingly heavy. Let's go ahead and install that back. Tighten the Phillips head, and we should be good to go. As far as installation, there's really nothing to do. You just place it in at any orientation. Place the top back on, just make sure everything's kind of aligned, and then rotate it clockwise. There we go. And now that it has some weight, it's not rolling around. And then yeah, I guess, I don't know. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so now it's aligned with the head facing the correct direction. Let me zoom out a bit. Actually, let's push him back a bit. So this is BB-8 fully, I guess, put together. He is a little off balance, and I don't know if it's just for my table being slightly angled. But yeah, this is him on his own here. I like the paint details that they have. It does make him look a little dirty and dusty, and you see him rolling around in the desert in the trailer. So it's nice that they went through the effort of putting that kind of detail kind of wash on there. Mostly just white plastic with some orange and brown and some dirty looking details on it. And that's really it. I mean, you're not gonna really tell what size front or backwards or anything like that just from looking at it. And while I would definitely like to show you guys how this works, this might be a little bit too small of an area to actually get him rolling, but let's go ahead and try anyway. So to wake him, you're supposed to gently shake him. Oh, there we go. And this is literally my first time doing this, so we're going through this together. So I'm gonna try to make him go forward. Whoa! Okay, he's bobbing a lot. Alright, let's try to go back. Oh, jeez. Get him to rotate some. So it rotates really well. The proportions do look much better than the Sphero looking at it, but I think it's still a little small. But yeah, I'm actually gonna cut here and and I'm not controlling him to do that. He's just doing that on his own. But I think the whole idea of getting him rolling so you guys can see what he looks like in action will be a better review. So I'm gonna cut here and then we'll shoot again in a more open area. All right. That's right, BB-8. Thank you. All right, here we have BB-8 in my living room. We're gonna try to show you exactly how this guy performs in a real-world setting. So let's just wake him up. It looks like he's already awake. If he's not, you just give him a quick shake and he'll make some noises. To get the head situated, you really can just put it on. Usually you just gotta feel around for it and you'll see that pivots on one side, and then just keep rotating it and then you'll find it locked into place. And that way you have a really distinct which direction is forward and which direction is back. Let's see if I can zoom out a bit and show you how this guy's actually going to work. So I'm going to try to show you on screen with the controls as well as the BB-8 itself. So I'm going to go ahead and press forward in 3, 2, 1. And as you can see, BB-8 doesn't perform all that well. He kind of looks like he's had one too many drinks at Mos Eisley Cantina or something like that. So let's go back. 1, 2, 3. And yeah, as you can see, he's not performing all that well. He's kind of drunkenly bobbing his head back and forth. Definitely not as smooth as you would have expected. And he's actually pretty slow. Here's for him rotating left. That actually works decently well, I suppose. And then this is him going right. And then obviously you're supposed to use a combination of forward, back, left, and right to get him going. And you can see he's struggling. He's slow, and you can see the inner mechanism is having a hard time actually staying low to the base. It looks like it's kind of climbing up the side of the main body, which is why it's, you know, kind of giddy-upping back and forth and causing a lot of problems with the balance of the head and everything like that. Sometimes his head actually will just pop off depending on how you get him going. If you switch directions too much, you might run into something. The biggest problem that I have is the really laggy, unresponsive controllers. So it's pretty good on pickup. So when you say go, it goes pretty well, but it stops really slow. So I'm gonna go ahead and start rotating him right, and then I'm gonna let go, and it's gonna take about a second or more for him to actually stop rotating. So we'll go and stop. Same thing, back one, stop. And you can see it took a good second for him to stop whirring. Going forward again, and stopping. Yeah, it's pretty laggy, and honestly, it's not very good. As far as remote control toys go, this is one of the worst I've had, especially for the $80 price tag. It's just kind of funny. Like the whole time, I just had the Cantina theme in my head going. Dun, 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 dun. It's just that comedic. How terribly drunkenly he's stumbling around like a college kid. But yeah, that's really it. I thought at first that maybe the batteries are going bad, but I put new batteries in both the body and the control, and this is just how performance goes. Alright, so closing out with final thoughts, I think Obi-Wan said it best in Star Wars A New Hope, that this is not the droid you're looking for. If you're looking for a remote control Sphero, I really can't recommend this one, especially at the price. If this was a... Yeah, we get it. I guess I should also show you how to turn it off. I mentioned it before, but to turn it off, you can either leave him idle for 5 minutes, or you can flip him upside down. And that's the power down sequence. Just be careful because you have to shake it to wake him. Sometimes when you put him, say I just woke him up just by doing that, which I didn't mean to do. So another frustrating aspect. So just leave him for 5 minutes and that it'll shut down by itself. But yeah, at $80, I honestly can't recommend this Hasbro Target exclusive BB-8. It just, the controls are not up to par. The mechanism is not up to par. The overall look is really nice, but at $80, this feels like it really should be a $40 kids toy maybe, as opposed to an $80 collectible. So yeah, my final thoughts are, I wouldn't pick them up unless you're a diehard Star Wars fan, which I know there are a lot of you out there. But I would say if you're a diehard Star Wars fan, you're probably going to want to wait for the Sphero. So if you want to wait and check out the review for that, I'll have one up once I get him in the mail. Should be getting him sometime this week, maybe like Thursday or Friday, and then I'll put up the review right away, and I'll shoot a very quick comparison between the two, which I'm guessing is going to be pretty much a blowout for Sphero. But given that Sphero is at $150, like twice the price of this, I guess it's not really a fair comparison either. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and share with your friends and fellow collectors. If you like what I'm doing and want to keep up to date with all my news and reviews, go ahead and click the subscribe button up here, or go ahead and head over to Facebook and follow me on P4L Reviews. And as always, I really appreciate you guys checking out the review. Hope this first Star Wars review won't be the last. But that's all for today, everyone. Have a good one.